What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a monthly manifestation for the sign of Virgo. Okay, Virgos, you guys are third during the zodiac lineup for group 2. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Um, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. Obviously, this is for the month of March, Virgos. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Today is the 10th, so new moon is today, okay, along with daylight savings time. All right. Um, Dates that you should be kind of focused on or kind of centering your energy around or checking in on your energy, really. Will be new moon, which is today. I was trying to get you guys done before the new moon, but it just didn't work out that way. Um, Matter of fact, you guys got switched out of order with group 3, because the energy is kind of, per divine, is kind of light for some of you, and also possibly a little bit heavy, because I definitely, between your counter earth signs, spent a little bit more time on them than I did the other signs. So just had to adjust. Okay. And it may be like that this month for your preliminary readings. Okay, so if you don't see yours, it's not that I'm skipping you, it's just reordering for the month. Okay, hopefully just for this month. Okay. The 10th being the new moon energy, so creating new habits, getting ready for the spring, things changing, again, daylight savings time. And then on first quarter moon is on the 17th, which is next Sunday. So you have 2 Sundays to kind of reprieve and get yourself re energized, and picking up more mental and physical strength to power through until you kind of adjust as well as everybody else. Okay. And then full moon energy is on the 25th of March, and that is your completion date. Okay. The 17th is primarily just checking on your energy, see where or if you've had any progress, while full moon is about completion, wrapping up things by that date. Okay, so if you're trying to achieve something or obtain a goal of some sort, it's time for you to kind of get moving a little bit. I know since the start of your monthly manifestations is going to be mostly about personal growth. So for some of you, it could be a situation of you're still kind of hashing things out mentally. This is the month to do it, as it is the third month of the year. And so it's about centering mind, body, and spirit during this month, okay, because of it being the third month, okay, and finding some balance, thus 2024 equaling out to 8, okay. So this month you're going to possibly take the time to kind of feeling of accomplishment of your life goals, not so much about materialistic things, and also setting the tone for your mental health and wealth. Okay, so again, finding some balance, in the sense of maybe getting back to the old you, maybe being very stressed out, and trying to figure out ways to kind of calm yourself. Okay, for the majority of the Virgo collective. Other than that, everyone else is pretty stable for the most part, but we'll see what's going on as far as maybe you trying to obtain some things, okay, moving forward, okay. Like I said, I think part of your beginning of your January, if you haven't tapped into the energy yet to utilize it for working on your personal or attainable goals or physical goals, this year is majority of the year is going to be tied to your emotional and mental state, okay, for the most part. These readings are for sun, moon, rising, and Venus, but I felt a hesitation on rising, so it might be sun, moon, and Venus for the majority of you, okay. So look out for those placements because you may share your energy, Virgo, with someone who has a placement, has Virgo in one of those placements. Okay. So we're about to go ahead and get started on your reading and look into the energy surrounding these moon phases. You can find the dates in the description box below, provided, if you want to, reference to them. I definitely suggest, if you end up enjoying these readings and they end up helpful to you every month, maybe invest in a moon calendar. You can find them on Amazon. Okay. Let's start with one from the top, which is for the new moon energy. One from the bottom, which is for first quarter moon energy. And then one energetically from the middle, which I almost wasn't going to take this one, but I think we're going to go ahead for full moon energy. Okay, we will clarify with the general writer's weight in a moment, and then see with that deck what the overall outcome is as it pertains to these placements. Okay, so new moon energy as of today, all right, or surrounding today. What should be the mindset towards your intention or goal, Virgo? Adjustments are required. Okay, adjustments are required. Okay, whatever it is that you're working on, maybe in your personal life, again, mental and emotional, making adjustments in some way, maybe changing the people that you're around, communications, I'm hearing, or feeling this energy of how you communicate with people. If you stay on a negative or somewhat judgmental, if you will, that needs to change. Okay, so adjustments are required primarily, I'm feeling, towards communication and how you communicate. Okay, how you communicate your needs, things of that nature, and sometimes even towards yourself. Okay, how you even talk to yourself. If you talk negatively to yourself, or talk down to yourself, or are super critical, because earth signs, I feel like we do have the ability of kind of being our worst critic in a way, because we hold ourselves to high regard, especially depending on if we're trying to prove ourselves to someone. And so it's time for you to maybe even adjust that, as far as don't try to impress someone else, impress yourself. Okay, but do it in a positive way. Okay, I do it all the time. Just for example, and of course, being a Taurus, I'm going to talk about food. I will cook something that maybe I've seen someone, make on TV or something like that. And how we always end up, reviewing someone else, and we'll say, oh, I would have added onion, or I would have done this, or I would have put that on bread instead of putting it on pasta like a dip or something. And then I end up doing it, and then I critique myself in the sense of, man, I probably should have added a little bit more of this, or maybe I should have took that out. And so, I even critique myself, and I think that's something that, sometimes earth signs do, but that's a very simple thing. You may do it in a more major way that can be debilitating to your mental and emotional state. Okay, so in the sense of doing that, I would suggest one of my readings to you, in the sense of that could be learned behavior. I would suggest going on my playlist on the channel and looking at the Tap Into Your Soul readings. Okay, not so much for the actual reading itself, but just for the activity that the reading provides. And I've done this with another sign and suggested it to them. You may have that placement in your birth chart. I can't think of the sign that I suggested it to, but nonetheless, just enjoy the activity that goes with the reading, not so much the message, because they may not resonate with you, but it will unlock the healing of past traumas that you have possibly learned behavior from just, friends, family, things of that nature. Okay, so let's move on to the first quarter moon. Okay, will or have you made any progress come the first quarter moon? Okay, that's the 17th. Nothing will come of this situation. Okay, nothing will come of this situation. Now, this card has came up before, more so in the full moon completion phase than the progress phase. Okay, in which I still feel is the same connotation for you. Nothing will come of it if you don't apply yourself. So if you decide to procrastinate on it or put yourself down, then nothing will come of the situation in which you're working on. Okay. For some, it could be a situation of maybe trying to cut a bad habit. Some of us are trying to do that, especially with new statistics and records and reports and things like that showing as far as for health, the benefits of doing something or quitting something. Make sure you're just doing it for the right reasons, not just to join the bandwagon of everybody else, because sometimes in joining the bandwagon you don't really have that motivation of seeing other people doing it, because sometimes we just say we're doing it and then you don't see or hear anything about it again. It's that initial moral support that seems to push and elevate everyone, but then it only lasts for a few days and then it's done. Okay, then it's, maybe a close friend that might be like, oh hey, how's that, diet coming? It's like, girl, I left that diet back in 2023. Okay, and so sometimes you have to motivate yourself in a way that's not just joining in with everyone else, unless you're going to join a group of people that can, help you be accountable. Okay, but sometimes we need to be able to hold our own selves accountable. All right, in the sense of, why am I doing it? What am I doing it for? What am I looking for the end result to be? You have to ask those questions to yourself in order to really stick with it. Okay, because it takes 21 days to get rid of a bad habit and it takes 21 days to create one. So which one do you want to do? In my opinion, it's a catch-22, because if it's a bad habit that you're trying to break, then you need to supplement it with a good habit that makes you not want to go back to the bad one. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. That's for somebody, not everyone. All right, get in where you fit in, Virgos. All right, let's see what's going on in the full moon. Has or is the intention or goal being achieved? Has or is the intention or goal being achieved by the 25th for you, Virgo? Conclusions are within reach. Okay, full moon eclipse. Okay, full moon eclipse. You can look up these phases as it pertains to the moons. I primarily only pick up on the energy of the sign that may be attached. Okay, I only really focus on that. I will be honest with you, at the beginning of getting ready to actually pick these cards out, I did feel the energy of Pisces. Okay, so of course this is really a moon phase type reading. Okay, so certain things are not going to come all the way out. We still have your preliminary readings for the rest of the month, so some details may come along in those and based off of the clarifying. Okay, so, and once we get into the end of your reading about your present and higher self. But this card, and even all of the cards really that have came out so far, have a darkness to them, like a shadowy aspect. This moon here has like this orange, yellow, and a little bit of purple and white, different colors in the moon. So conclusions are within reach in the sense of really figuring out, Virgos, what it is that you truly want. Okay, and what the conclusion is for the decisions that you have made, possibly for yourself and going forward this month, okay? Because like I said, this is about centering your mind, body, and spirit, and really being honest and forthright with yourself, okay? And so I do feel as though you could have some Pisces in your chart, or maybe you're dealing with a Pisces. Is that person bringing out the worst in you, or are they bringing out the best in you? Okay, you could be dealing with a person that's not very supportive in a way, or is also critical of you and makes you see yourself in a different way. Okay, it that can either be good and sometimes it can be bad, depends upon the situation. Okay, so let's see what's going on as far as clarifying this energy and seeing what the overall outcome is of the spread. So you have this Ace of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Earth energy with fire energy, all right? Now, I don't know why, but it's like I'm hearing like burn to the ground kind of vibe for some reason. A passion, okay, or some form of a new start, if you will, okay. You want that, but this Queen of Pentacles is sitting here holding a coin, okay. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is, of course, the counterpart to the King of Pentacles, but is very possibly protective of your funds, okay. If it's, dealing with finances, okay. It could be also something maybe of value to you, that you're not really looking to give up for some reason for some of you. And it could be someone insisting on selling something in order for you to be able to maybe finance a potential new start. Okay, it could be a business venture, it could be just investing in something that you really don't know what the outcome is. But of course, if it don't make sense, Virgo ain't gonna deal with it. Okay, so let's start shuffling here. 3 shuffles. Every time when I split and I do these readings, it's primarily like a pre-clarifier before we actually get to the cards. So, Queen of Pentacles with the Hanged Man. Hanged Man has been partying in earth signs for the month of March. He's came out in Taurus and Capricorn's overall outcome. Okay, you have to see things from a different perspective. I feel like in the sense of being a little bit more open-minded. Virgos with this Queen of Pentacles still being here. Okay, and so maybe open your mind to the infinite possibilities that you could have. But again, it's still going to be calculated. Okay, like I said, if it don't make sense, you ain't going to deal with it. This is the second shuffle leading into the third. And we have the Emperor to the Hanged Man, okay? So boss level type stuff, okay? It also could be alpha male type of energy. The Emperor is above all, of course, in my opinion, the counterpart to the Empress, with the Hanged Man again, okay? Some form of enlightenment maybe towards the person who may be trying to get you to do this, and needing to see your standpoint on it as well, okay? So hopefully it's a mature conversation, as far as possibly a business venture. So just make sure you explore all options, okay, before making a decision, okay? Especially with this conclusions in reach around the 25th, after doing some research, okay? So we're going to start 1 from the top, which is for new moon energy, 1 from the bottom, which is for first quarter moon energy, and then 1 energetically from the middle, for the full moon, okay? We're going to go to the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the overall outcome is in a moment. Let's see what's starting with this new moon energy of adjustments are required. And it's the 6 of Swords. I knew somebody was moving. It's been also, that's kind of been in earth signs energy as well. Okay, maybe you need a new environment, like I said, new friends, new way of communicating, in order for you to be able to be a little bit more productive, and just conducive to your overall mental and emotional health. Okay, there is some adjustments that need to be done in your world, and you need to start nipping away at them slowly but surely. Okay, Virgos. um, Again, it's not in a bad way, it's just for your better and highest good. Okay, let's head into the first quarter moon energy, where it's nothing will come of the situation, is being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, nothing will come of the situation being paired with this is the Ace of Pentacles talks about a major offer. Again, I just feel that energy of you may make an offer to someone and nothing will come of it. Okay, not in the sense of automatically giving to them, but in the sense of talking about giving to them, but they will probably let you know that they don't want to do it, maybe because the plans or the outline is unclear in a way. And maybe they change their mind. Maybe they find something or someone who will do it for cheaper. But it all depends on you. Okay, if you make the right adjustments during this, around the 10th, you have a whole week. Okay, to make it make sense in order to receive the offer, for someone to say, okay, I think I'll go ahead and do it. Okay, so if this is tied to anyone who's dealing in business, just rephrase what you're saying, possibly be flexible, and then maybe you might get that offer. Okay, but it's all about you, and not procrastinating about it. Okay, let's move on to the full moon energy of conclusions are within reach, and we have the Page of Cups. Okay, can't remember. Page of Cups came out at the tail end of someone else's reading. It was the overall outcome, but it feels like light feelings being shared around the 25th, in the sense of just little communication. Okay, nothing super heavy. Maybe it will be heavy to you emotionally in the sense of making you think or ponder. Okay, which may lead to even more conclusions or closure needed. Okay, um, and I think that's really all that I can say about that. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, conclusions are near, but again, they will be very light. But to you, they'll give you a little bit, but that little bit that they give is only going to leave you wondering more. Okay, so it may carry over into April. Okay, so let's see what is at the bottom of the deck for you guys as the overall outcome. And it's the Five of Pentacles. Okay, Five of Pentacles coming out. Change of some sort. Okay, I'm feeling December for some reason, as far as what or can be concluded in this particular situation that you are trying to acquire something. Okay, or business to be settled, possibly by December. Okay, so again, that's only if you don't change something. Okay, it could get done sooner than that, but again, it's all dependent on you, Virgos. Okay, sometimes we can get a little lackadaisical. If you think about it, even though you are an earth sign, Virgos, you guys are in September. Okay, this is springtime. You would think that spring would kind of help jumpstart you, but you move or tend to move better closer to the fall. Okay, and so the thing would be, and I'm just speaking out loud of what I'm feeling, is the sense of whatever this is, this particular thing that you were trying to handle, if it's business wise, or emotionally, it happened last year. Okay, It possibly happened towards the end of last year, maybe after your birthday, and rolled over into this year, okay? And things just either fell by the wayside. And that's the thing about fall and winter time. We start hibernating. Our minds aren't really thinking as much as we should. Things just seem more vibrant and understandable when it's springtime and everything's, all good weather wise, things like that. Maybe you had snow in the area that you're in, and that may have locked you in to where you weren't able to do what you needed to do. Okay, so thus December coming out could be more so tied to maybe past energy that's already happened from last year carrying over into this year, and now you're trying to figure out how you can make stuff happen again. Okay, and so what you never want to do, if it's something that you really want to pursue, you should not allow too much time to span, because that can stunt your growth. Okay, so let's get into the next part of your reading. What is the message of support to achieve or manifest for Virgo? What is the message of support to achieve or manifest for Virgo? 3 messages to come out of this deck. If something jumps out, I'll take it. Otherwise, once Spirit tells me to stop shuffling, we'll cut and we'll work from the bottom of the deck. Alright, I'm going to stop there. Nothing jumped out. Let's see what you guys have to start. Okay. So to start, Philosopher's Stone. Okay. Philosopher's Stone has become really popular this month. Okay. Scorpio has gotten it. I believe Capricorn also received it as well. Okay. And now you guys. Okay. Philosopher's Stone, which says powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. Okay. Really get down to the core of what it is that you want, Virgos, and start applying that passion and regenerating that energy to really produce what it is that you want. Okay. And work on communicating clearly what it is that you want. Okay. But work on that universal energy. Okay. Believing within yourself and exuding that out to others to make it more believable and attainable. Okay. Because if people feel like you're unsure, then they're not going to deal with you. Okay. Would you deal with you if you were unsure? If someone didn't sound sure about themselves, would you deal with them? So just ask yourself those questions in the sense of that hangman energy. Okay. Next, we have healing. Okay, healing has also been very popular. Okay, within the collective since these monthly manifestations have came out, and it says true healing of the mind, body, and soul. Okay, again, this is March. It is time for us to do that as it is the 3rd month of the year. That is why, again, you have spring coming, you have flowers getting ready to bloom, the sun is out more, daylight savings time, it pushes us to be a little bit more productive because we have less time to sleep but more time to work. Okay, but it's time to heal in all facets. Okay, lastly is prosperity. Okay, prosperity, which says a prosperous business with riches and success. Okay, a prosperous business with riches and success. Okay, now 5 of Pentacles is usually talking about leaving someone out in the cold, and you may have to leave some people and change some things in order for you to be prosperous. Okay, you can reconvene with people later, but for right now, it's about you and then protecting your investments and moving forward to the best of your ability, okay, without being stunting your growth. Okay. Um, do not doubt yourself. Okay. If you need a boost of confidence, I would suggest the I Am Strong meditation oil that you can find in my Etsy shop. Believe would also be another meditation oil that I would suggest, and that can kind of help you in regards to, that inner work process, and being able to communicate truthfully to people. Um, I believe that one has Amazonite in it, but definitely check out the item details. I have 8 to choose from. So one of those could definitely be really useful to you. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at your present energy as we ask the question, what is the energy of the present self of Virgo? What is the energy of the present self of Virgo? If you're hiding in the dark a little bit, for some of you, it could be some shadow work that you need to do, especially if you find yourself um, kind of dwelling on your insecurities, or the potential of people not liking something. But whatever, for those that you think don't like, there are 1,000 people that do, and that's all you need. Okay, the people around you are really your marketers in a way. Okay, in the sense of they like what you do, they'll tell other people who they know have the same interests as not only themselves but you too. Okay, if you're worried about reaching a certain market. Okay, I say these things. I have an associate's in business. No, it's not a bachelor's, but I dig business. Okay, I am a Taurus. And I have Scorpio in my 7th house, which deals with contracts and relationships. And I find myself kind of faceted in a couple of different industries. Okay. I'm not saying that I'm a business consultant, but I dig, things that come out that are new. And I've kind of talked about it in Aries as well. So you could have Aries in your chart. Okay. But just saying, I ain't trying to gloat, but just to help. Okay. So here we have number 29, which is water creation. Okay. And so you may need to tap into a little bit of water energy, as I mentioned, Scorpio. Um, but you have this woman that is standing in water and she has these doves around her and this kind of crown of flowers, okay, with a transcending light above her head, letting things flow and creating, okay. The number 29, focusing on what it is that you want. 9, and also focusing on what you want, not what you don't want, and a completion of some sort, okay, which then equals out to 11, which is a sense of enlightenment, okay, and clarity. Um, the 10th, as of today, is a moment of awakening as well, okay? Awaken to who you truly are and what it is you want to pursue, okay? While cleansing yourself at the same time with healing being here as well, okay? So, healing being here, using water, we ingest water, it provides us, with the ability of rehydrating ourselves, but it also flushes out any toxins, okay? Of course, everybody gets on the bandwagon of alkaline water and detox waters. I've done a few. It all just depends on what fruits that you choose to use, and using spring water. But it's really just about using particular fruits that are good for flushing the system. And it just depends on what part of your body you're trying to cleanse, if it's the liver or if it's the kidney. Cranberry juice is also good. At least I try to get just even a small bottle in at like maybe every 3 months or so. If you look up the benefits of cranberry juice, you'll see why. It has antioxidants in it without having a bunch of stuff that no one can pronounce. And so it's very simplistic. But water every day can definitely be useful. And I'm in the wrong book. Definitely can be useful. And if you drink water with the intention, if you're a spiritualist, we bathe in it. It helps cleanse our external body. It also can invigorate us. There's many things that are beautiful about water. So kind of tap into that. All right. So this, of course, is water energy. And it says, flow forward with grace and confidence. Be true to your emotions. Do not allow yourself to become stagnant in your ways. Creation is your birthright. Consider what is vital to your happiness and ensure that you seek it, okay? Creato, which is ancient Latin for he shall create, okay? Or she shall create. Use that as a positive affirmation for yourself, okay? As an element spiritually, water is related to flow, prosperity, as that came out in your reading, okay, and the direction of water movement. The tidal cycle is used in spellcraft, with workings done on the incoming tide for the bringing of prosperity, love and blessings, and on the outgoing tide to remove and release what we no longer desire. Water magic is both powerful and gentle, and almost all ancient cultures had water deities, including genius Loshi, or spirits of lakes, rivers, springs, even man made wells. Okay? And so use the flow of water to really help you. I would definitely suggest, again, if you're trying to create something that's new, or maybe reevaluate something, and have a passion for it again, then I would say Ignite My Passion Spiritual Bath. I would suggest that. That's on my Etsy shop. Each one, except for the Lavender Light Night, has 2 cups of Epsom salt. All the others have 1 cup. Okay. Technically, for any bath, it also can be considered just aromatherapy if you have problems with set intentions on stuff. But the key to a Epsom salt bath, or using Epsom salt, it can dry the skin. So you should only, I measured out for each pack 1 cup of salt. Okay, it's for that particular reason, to avoid you dehydrating your skin. Okay, now you can follow up, of course, with your favorite moisturizer and one of the meditation oils, and I would suggest doing it before bed. But the Ignite My Passion definitely has the set intention of doing just that, igniting the passion within you to create. Okay. You can also look into Refresh My Peace, as far as helping with healing and centering yourself. Okay. Also, you might want to look into Get to the Money. That is a motivational spray in the sense of protecting your assets, protecting your home financially, but also motivating because it does have hints of citrus, which is an actual motivating scent for most people who are creating. So you can, if you're trying to change what it is that you're trying to obtain or acquire, you could spray that 5 times, okay, over you. And over whatever it is you're trying to protect. Like you can spray it over your moneymaker, which could be your phone, in the sense of protecting it. Spray it 4 times. Or if it's your laptop, because you do a lot of communicating, then you spray your laptop 4 times. It's all based off of the positive connotation that you want moving forward as you are creating. Okay, so you can go ahead and check that out. All of that is in the Etsy shop. You can click that down below. Shameless plug, if you will. Now, with that being said, let's get into what is the potential energy for your higher self, Virgos, to wrap up your reading. What is the potential energy for the higher self of Virgo? I feel like for you guys, like I said, being switched with group 3, Divine is kind of giving you guys a little bit of a chance to kind of get things done. before, your reading comes out. So hopefully, this provides some form of assistance to you in the best way possible before your preliminary readings. Okay. So you have the law of gender. Okay. You have the law of gender. Okay. New energy alert, because I think this may be the first time this one came out. It may have came out before. But it says embrace your divine masculine and divine feminine within. Okay. Again, a sense of balance that needs to happen. Okay. We all have that energy within us. If you've been watching me long enough, you know that we kind of talk about that. Primarily in the Bring Back the Intimacy readings, where we kind of touch on the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Okay. You can definitely check those out. Those are available on the playlist as well. If you want to kind of tap into that energy, more so in the goddess and animal spirits. Okay. You can kind of fast forward through those and kind of check that out. Okay. But it just feels like you just need that balance, and you can kind of add that to the healing aspect of your reading. So, as far as utilizing both of those kind of in a, can't find the word that I want to use, but in a conducive way. Okay. Page 51. Believe in the change that you want, in the sense of following your intuition, Virgos. Okay. The last meditation not meditation salt, meditation oil that I will suggest to you is the Remembrance meditation oil. Also, possibly even Awakening by the Beach, if you are suffering a little bit with using your intuition, where your crown chakra and third eye might be a little bit either out of alignment or calcified. Okay. But you may want to look into that. All right. It indicates that your higher self desires to give birth to a new creation. Let go of feeling frustrated. Each thought is the masculine impregnating the feminine aspect of universal law and setting it into motion. This principle is the confirmation of the ever ending abundant nature of your creative powers. The universe is the canvas of your thoughts. Be open and available to receive the seeds you have sown. Okay. Gives me a vibe of almost the Seven of Pentacles, which is talking about waiting for the fruits of our labor to be ready to harvest. So I'm also feeling an energy while I was reading, in the sense of like relocating a business, possibly based off of maybe the environment that you're around, maybe in regards to safety, or just feeling like you're not in the right demographic of people in a way. And so maybe that is what you need, but at a later date. Okay. Um, Find a mirror to sit or stand in front of to do some inner work. Look beyond the form of the face and body. What do you see? What do you tell yourself about yourself? What seeds are you planting into your own consciousness? Okay, we talked about that at the beginning of the reading. Okay, we are super critical of ourselves, but we need to speak positivity every single day, no matter what is going on. I myself struggle with it from time to time, but I gather myself and I center myself and I say I am a boss. Okay, I try to, at least every day. Only in the sense of I have confidence within myself that I know that I have done my research. I know what I'm talking about. I don't fill people with hot air. I talk with my inner truth of because I know who I am. Okay. So I hope that helps you, and I hope you also, state the same to yourself. My meditation oils are mix and match 3 for $35, so you may need 3. Okay. So feel free to give those a try. And I have descriptions for every single last one. So, sit back, relax with one of those. You can use the salts as a foot bath as well if you're not one for baths, and you can kind of stretch it because you can split it in half. Okay, that's what I would do. So until the next reading, Virgos, that's really all that I have. Remember, you guys are kind of switched this month, so you guys will be pretty much towards the end of the month, because group 3 is ahead of you. Okay, so until then, peace.